Hi, and welcome to the War Room. I've got the headset on today because we've got all the printers going, so it's really loud. I don't want there to be any audio issues, but we've got a special treat for you today. We're going to unbox the Anycubic Photon Mono M7 Max. This is a resin printer. It's going to be a wonderful addition to the print farm, so let's get right to it. Okay, so here we are. Opening the box. I like Anycubic. They have the nice little smiley faces. It's kind of funny. Clear out all the foam. So much packing foam. Making sure it got here safe. Here we go. Okay, so here we are. I skipped ahead a couple of steps just so you could see the comparison between the Photon M7 Pro on the left and the Max. The Max is just a much beefier printer. So this is really going to add some resin capacity. We're really going to be able to get some bigger prints out of this. And here we are. We're opening the top cover. And a lot more packing foam, so we're just going to unpack this. We're just going to unpack this and get it out of the way. Got the build plate right here. All right, and here we are, down to the guts. So let's see what we've got. And there's protective film on there, so I'm not just setting it down on the bench. All right, user's manual. Power cord. This is for the resin refill. Rubber gloves, toolkit. This is actually a decent spatula. It's better than the ones that usually come with these. All right, so we've unpacked everything. Now let's get to work setting it up. Okay, so I did a couple of the boring things. I took the screen protector off of the LCD screen, off the bottom of the vat, and off the build plate. So now we are at the point of powering it up. We'll go over some of the features that I found so far after we start the setup process. Always know where the power plug is before you go to do this, right? All right, so plug it into the power strip, and there we go. Off and running. So start up. We're waiting for it to start up. You see the startup screen. You can also see the smiley face over there. I kind of like that. I think it's going to come to the shop too. So startup screen, we're going to do setup. So unlike its little brother here, there is a Wi-Fi antenna over on the side. We'll see that in a second. So we're going to pick English, global, since that's everybody but China. Initial setup. All right, we've already done that. Well, we need to place the leveling paper. So if you've never leveled a resin printer, even if your printer has automatic leveling, you still want to do the manual process just to be sure. So we take off the resin vat. Got to be very careful because we don't have. Let's see if it'll. There we go. All right, so move up. Then we're just going to set the resin vat off to the side. We're going to put down our leveling paper. All right. Now, for this one, we're going to have to pause for a second. I'm going to have to pause the video for a second. so I can get the screwdriver, or actually I don't. Hey, how about that? All right, so the next thing you want to do is take your Allen wrench. Got to find the right one. And you want to loosen all 4 of the screws on the build plate. Not too much, just enough so that there's play in it. All right, so here we go. Just like that. All right, so the build plate lowers onto the leveling paper. And it's going to sit there and calibrate for about a minute. So we're just going to go ahead and click pause. Okay, so calibration's done. So now, while it's still in the down position, we tighten the screws back on the build plate. And our build plate's level. So there we go. All right, setup successful. Lift to feed chute height. Sure. Let's go ahead and lift it up there. All right. So now we're setting up the Wi-Fi connection. We're going to set up the Wi-Fi connection. We're going to do that because that's what we are out in the shop. We're going to pause so you don't see my password. Okay, and there we are. Password set up. All right. So I've already got the app downloaded. Probably gonna have to switch to handheld for this. But first, let's put this back on. Putting the build vat back on. Good to go. And then here we are scanning the QR code. It takes us to the Anycubic app. Okay, so everything's set up. It's bound to our account. Got the USB drive here. Let's see, plug it into this port on the side. And let's see what's on the USB drive. No, oh, there it is. Okay, so we just want to do a test print first. But first, we have to put in the resin. So we figured out there are USB, there are files on the USB. Okay, so to print our first test print, we have to break into some resin. Kids, don't try this at home. And since this is a pretty big vat, we're just going to go ahead and fill it up. All right, so there we go. And we're going to try here. Let's do just a funnel. How about that? We're just going to do standard, default, and let it go. And we'll check back in about 3 hours to see how it did. Okay, so I got so excited that I went ahead and took it off, but here is the funnel, finished product. And now we stick it in 99% isopropyl alcohol. And for me, I like to let it soak for a bit and then do the power wash with it. And then do the UV cure. So this is the all-in-one wash and cure station. And yeah, so that's the M7 Max. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want more 3D printing tips, tricks, and videos. Thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye.